daily prayers to pray in the masjid. If you can make only Isha, at least do that. If you can make Fajr and Isha, better. If you can do more the better. But at least one salat of your 5 daily prayers, you should do it at the masjid, so you're not neglecting one of the greatest sunnah. It's also a symbol of unity, and the congregational prayer is bringing people of all different walks of life together. And then he says, because one prayer in jama'ah, it supersedes in reward 27 times of praying alone. So praying salat in jama'ah is as if you did 27 salah. فإن كنت تتساهل في مثل هذا الربح فأي فائدة لك في طلب العلم وإنما ثمرة العلم العمل به. He says that if you are going to neglect these kind of profitable transactions, then what's the use of seeking knowledge? The knowledge is that it bears fruit, and that fruit is what? Actions. So if you have learned something, then acting upon it, that's the fruit. Otherwise, you're just buying a tree, a Christmas tree that you're going to trash it after a few days. So it has to be a fruitful tree, right, that bears fruit. Nonetheless, seeking knowledge in itself, it is a good thing, and Imam Bukhari rahimahullah has a chapter on that, that just seeking knowledge, to seek knowledge is also in itself beneficial and it's fruitful, but the actual fruit is to act upon it. فإذا مشيت إلى المسجد فامشي على هينة وتؤودة ولا تعجل. He says when you walk to the masjid, walk with tranquility, with ease. Don't rush, don't run. And that's why one hadith says, the Prophet ﷺ said that do not run when you see the jama'ah is already started, because you may fall or you may slip, you may hurt yourself, right? So that was one reason why you shouldn't rush. And also, if you rush to the masjid and you're rushing, you're running, and you want to catch that ruku, right? So you get the whole raka'ah, and you don't have to make up the raka'ah after. You will start the salah with your breath. You know, you're trying to catch your breath, and you're trying to ease yourself, and you're still in the second raka'ah, then you will calm down. So you are missing out in the khushu' in salah, the tranquility in your salah. And then he says to say this dua, and inshallah brother Hamza will translate it for us. اللهم إني أسألك بحق السائلين عليك وبحق الراغبين إليك وبحق ممشاي هذا إليك.
O my Lord, I beseech you by the right of those who beseech you, and the right of those who long for you, and the right of this walk of mine toward you.
فإني لم أخرج أشرا ولا بطرا ولا رياء ولا سمعة.
I have not left my home intending insolence, nor in arrogance, nor seeking to make a show of my actions, nor seeking prestige.
So I'm not for any other reason except for what? بل خرجت اتقاء سخطك وابتغاء مرضاتك.
Rather, I have come forth from my home in fear of your wrath and in search of your satisfaction.
So I came with the faith that is always between maghfirah, forgiveness, and punishment. Rahmah and adab. These are the two. Fear and hope. Between that, that's your faith. So I came with that faith. فأسألك أن تعيدني من النار وأن تغفر لي ذنوبي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت.
I ask you to save me from the fire, to let me enter paradise, and I ask that you forgive my sins. For truly there is none who forgives sins but you.
So we sin more and we do good less, so that's why there is more to ask protection from the hellfire, to forgive, because you are the only forgiving. Okay, the next chapter is about entering the masjid. فإذا أردت الدخول إلى المسجد فقدم رجلك اليمنى وقل اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وصحبه وسلم اللهم اغفر لي ذنوبي وافتح لي أبواب رحمتك.
When you are going to enter the mosque, do so right foot first and say, O Allah, bless Muhammad and the family of Muhammad and give them peace. O Allah, forgive me my sins and open to me the doors of your mercy.
So opening doors of mercy and when he come out of the masjid, you say, "Oh Allah, I seek from you fadl." Because when you enter the masjid, you're also seeking the fadl of Allah, which is His mercy, His forgiveness, and so on and so forth. But when you're exiting the masjid, then what are you asking for? Because you're going out in the real world, so you're asking for His fadl. You entered with asking rahmah, you're exiting with asking His fadl, because fadl is also known to be also the worldly things. That's the fadl of Allah. That's His bounty, that's His gift. That you go out to work, you're going to school, you're going to do whatever you have to do, you ask the fadl from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why we have these two. In one hadith is also mentioned that when you enter the masjid, you also ask the fadl of Allah. Because that fadl is also, it also takes in the meaning of rahmah, of mercy. فإذا دخلت المجلس فلا تجلس حتى تصلي ركعتي التحية. And he says that when you enter the masjid, then you should pray 2 rak'ah. Now this is for any other time. If you have already prayed your 2 sunnah, then you do not pray the 2 rak'ah tahiyyat al-masjid. According to the Shafi'iyya, you will still pray the 2 rak'at of tahiyyat al-masjid, because it's not, for them, tahiyyat al-masjid is like a sunnah mu'akkada in the Hanafi madhab. So that's why even coming for Jum'ah, it is also recommended for the Shafi'is that if they didn't pray their sunnah, they should just stand. Even the khutbah started, you just stand.
So
for Hanafis, it's fine. Yeah, so the Hanafiya do not allow, it's makruh to pray any nafil salah during the khutbah once the Imam started.
I thought that when Imam started the khutbah, you cannot pray any other.
Yes, you do not pray, you listen. وإذا خطب الإمام فأنصتوا. When the Imam starts a khutbah, then stay quiet. And staying quiet, it means that you do not pray, you do not do any dhikr, you do not read Quran, you do not talk. So all of that is included. But anyway, yes.
So if you've come to Fajr late and you've missed the 2 rakats
before,
pray,
yes. According to the Hanafiya, according to the Shafi'iyya, and I believe also the Maliki, but the Shafi'i definitely, you are allowed to pray it after Fajr Salah. But in the Hanafi madhab, as I mentioned, that there's no nafli or any other salah from the break of dawn all the way to sunrise. Now, if you miss your 2 rak'at sunnah, the recommended way is to do it after sunrise. After sunrise.
For
the Hanafis. And there's a hadith that states from Aisha radiallahu anha that the Prophet ﷺ, once he missed his 2 rak'at sunnah, and he prayed it after sunrise. And he also indicated to do so.
So,
yes.
Just a side question. So, would that be considered as a ishraq namaz or salat?
You could include other intentions, but whenever you pray a sunnah mu'akkada, you should not include other intentions. You only do the intention of that particular sunnah. Like the 2 rak'at sunnah of Fajr, the 4 rak'ats of Dhuhr, etc. You only do the intention of that. But if you want to add more, it's still okay to do that.
And how long after the sunrise you need
10 minutes. 10 minutes after sun. At least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes after sunrise. And he will indicate to that as well. He says, do not sit until you pray 2 rak'ah. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ عَلَى طَهَارَةٍ أَوْ لَمْ تُرِدْ فِعْلَهَا كَفَتْكَ الْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتِ. He says that if you come without wudu and you want to now go make wudu, then you should go and make wudu. And if you're still not in tahara and you enter the masjid, then you could just say the baqiyat salihat, the everlasting thing, everlasting good deeds. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu and other Sahaba mentioned the baqiyat salihat as is mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا. It's great in reward to your Lord. And what are they? It's La ilaha illallah, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. And they have mentioned all the other good deeds as well. In another hadith is also doing istighfar, salawat on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In all the good deeds, they are the baqiyat al-salihat, everlasting good deeds. So meaning that you do the adhkar, do any dhikr that you want to do.
Was this paragraph about selling things in the mosque?
It's coming.
I think
Is it
it
coming?
was
Oh,
before.
okay. And he says that whenever you enter the masjid and you see someone selling things, you say, La arbaha Allahu tijaratak. May you never accomplish any benefit in your transaction. I mean, because this is the house of Allah, and this house is to pray, to do acts of worship, and the scholars have differentiated the acts of worship that are direct ibadah. There are direct acts of worship like praying, reading Quran, doing adhkar. But there are other acts of worship that are indirect acts of worship, like earning a living, buying and selling, right? These are acts of worship as well, right? So those are excluded from the masjid. So therefore you cannot buy and sell and bring your things inside the masjid. So if you see someone, that's the Prophet ﷺ said that you may never benefit in your transaction.
But the hallways.
And also for, you can do it in the hallway. You can do it in the hallway, but outside the masjid. And also for announcing lost and found things. Dalla, the word in Arabic is dalla, a camel that was lost. A person came in and he said, my camel got lost. And the Prophet ﷺ said, La raddallahu alayka dallatak. May you never get your lost camel. So the masjid is not for making those announcements. It's for, unless if it's necessary. Someone needs to leave, they're in an emergency, the car is blocking someone else's car, to make that announcement is fine. But to announce people, I found a bracelet, I found a watch, someone left their phone, please get your phone. Yeah, that's why I never make that. People come and bring it up and say, leave it over. So inshallah, Brother Khalid Mahmoud, normally, and he said that inshallah he will make sure that we get the lost and found box. It will be locked and few people have the keys, and if anybody finds anything, you drop it in a box, and there will be designated people to go to get their things, inshallah. So we solved the issue, right? We don't have to make the announcement. There's a specific place, specific people. Inshallah, we'll resolve that issue. Now we know. Alhamdulillah. And then he says, فإن لم تكن صليت في بيتك ركعة الفجر فيجزئك أداء ما عن التحية. He says that if you did not pray your 2 rakat fajr at home, and then you came and you prayed your 2 rakat sunnah as you enter the masjid, then that will suffice your 2 raka'ah of tahiyyatul masjid. What is tahiyyatul masjid? Tahiyyat means greeting, the greeting of the mosque. You cannot come to the masjid and say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, walls. So what is the greeting of the masjid? Is that you come and you pray 2 rak'ah. Yes, you pray 2 rak'ah. And then he says, Fanwi al-i'tikaf. There's a huge sign when you enter one of the doors of Masjid al-Nabawi. It says, Nawaitu niyat al-i'tikaf. I intend the intention of i'tikaf. I'tikaf, it means to hold yourself in one place. So I enter the masjid and I hold myself in this place for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَادْعُ بِمَا دَعَا بِهِ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم بَعْدَ رَكَعَتَيِ الْفَجْرِ, and to ask and to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the supplications that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did after praying your 2 rak'ats of Fajr. So between your 2 rak'ats and the Iqamah, these are the du'as that is recommended to say. And most of the wording is from the Prophet ﷺ. Some more or less are taken from other sources. Here is the dua. Inshallah, I will read them. They are beautiful du'as, and it has great meaning to them. It is something that we should all make a habit of saying at least 1 or 2 if you cannot do all. It goes, Allahumma inni as'aluka rahmatan min indika tahdi biha qalbi wa tajma'u biha shamli wa talummu biha sha'athi wa taruddu biha ulfati wa tuslihu biha dini wa tahfadhu biha ghaibi wa tarfa'u biha shahidi wa tuzakki biha amali wa tubayyidu biha wajhi wa tulhimuni biha rushdi wa taqdi li biha hajati. And another one is wa taqdi biha hajati. وَتَعْصِمْنِي بِهَا مِنْ كُلِّ سُوءٍ. The first one is about getting the mercy of Allah. That mercy that you ask when you enter the masjid, now it comes in detail. What are you asking that mercy for? Bismillah.
O Allah, I ask for your mercy through which you guide my heart, by which you compose my state of disarray, by which you order my disorder, by which you return me to my state of harmony, through which you reform me in my religion, by which you preserve my inner state and elevate my outer state, through which you purify my deeds, illuminate my face, instill in me my guidance, and protect me from all evil.
That's the first one. Rahmah. How many reasons you ask mercy for, right? My disorder, put them in order. Our disorder in our time, our disorder in our marriage life, our disorder in our homework, our disorder in many things that we do. Oh Allah, give us a faith, have mercy on us, give us a gaze of mercy that I put all things in perspective, in order. And the second dua is about Iman, faith. Allahumma inni as'aluka imanan. Here it has an addition of khalisan, pure iman. Allahumma inni as'aluka imanan khalisan yubashiru qalbi wa yaqinan sadiqan حتى أعلم أنه لن يصيبني إلا ما كتبته علي وارضني بما قسمته لي.
O Allah, I ask you for everlasting faith felt intimately in my heart. I ask you for true certainty, so that I may know that nothing will befall me except what you have written for me, and make me pleased with what you have allotted me.
So I agree, I know, I acknowledge, and I have certainty in that what Allah has decreed for me. But now I'm still in grief. He says, وَأَرْضِنِي بِمَا قَسَمْتَهُ لِي. And make me happy. That's the difficult part. To be content, to be happy with whatever Allah has decided and decreed for me. That's so beautiful. So iman, a faith, and then certainty on that faith. So you're asking for two things in your faith. And then he says, after that, اللهم يسألك إيمانا صادقا ويقينا ليس بعده كفر وأسألك رحمة أنال بها شرف كرامتك في الدنيا والآخرة. A combination of iman, faith, and mercy. Yes.
O Allah, bless me with sincere faith and certainty, after which there is no unbelief, the mercy whereby I may receive the honor of your favor in this world and the next.
Allahumma, now it's a general dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-fawza 'inda al-liqa.
O Allah, I beseech for patience with the decree.
Sorry,
It translates in a weird order.
Yeah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-fawza 'inda al-liqa was-sabra 'inda al-qada.
O Allah, I beseech you for your patience with the decree, for success in the encounter on the day of judgment.
ومنازل الشهداء وعيش السعداء.
For the stations of the martyrs and for the life of the fortunate.
والنصر على الأعداء ومرافقة الأنبياء.
For assistance against enemies and for the companionship of the prophets.
So to be success in every thing that I go through, and then patience on it, and then I want to get the highest ranks of the martyrs, and I want to live a life of the felicitous. And if I have any enemies, I want victory over them. And then eventually I want to be with the prophets, murafaqat al-anbiya. And then it goes on to other needs. Allahumma inni unzilu bika hajati wa in da'ufa ra'yi wa qasura amali wa iftaqartu ila rahmatik.
O Allah, I lay before you my need, even though my perception be weak, my actions insufficient, and I am in dire need of your mercy.
فأسألك يا قاضي الأمور ويا شافي الصدور كما تجير بين البحور أن تجيرني من عذاب السعير ومن دعوة الثبور ومن فتنة القبور.
I beg of you, O accomplisher of all things, O healer of hearts, as you rescue from the midst of the seas, rescue me from the punishment of the fire, the call for destruction, and the torment of the grave.
اللهم ما قصر عنه رأيي وضعف عنه عملي ولم تبلغ نيتي وأمنيتي من خير وعدته أحدا من عبادك أو خير أنت معطيه أحدا من خلقك فإني راغب إليك فيه وأسألكه يا رب العالمين. Here he says وأسألك إياه. In another narration وأسألكه يا رب العالمين. Now a lot of things you asked and a lot of things you didn't ask, and their list is huge. So how do you include that as well? Hear what he says.
O Allah, I ask you for any good of which my perception has fallen short, and my actions have been too weak to achieve, and which my intentions and hopes have failed to reach. Any good you have promised to any of your servants, or have given to any of your creatures, for truly I desire this good from you, and beg you for it, O Lord of all the worlds.
So all the good that people have received, oh Allah, I want a portion in that. I also want that. So it's good to also ask if someone has something good that you ask Allah, oh Allah, you have given it to somebody else. I'm also interested in that. Oh Allah, give me it as well. So to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. My friends have good grades, have good shoes, I want that as well. Right? A good jacket. So you ask Allah for that. And then he says after that, Allahumma ja'alna hadina muhtadin ghayra dhalina wa la mudillin.
O Allah, make us guide and be guided, and do not make us lead astray or be led astray.
حربا لأعدائك سلما لأوليائك.
Showing enmity towards your enemies and at peace with your friends.
نحب بحبك الناس.
That we love people with your love.
ونعادي بعداوتك من خالفك من خلقك.
And are hostile with your hostility toward any of your creatures who have opposed you.
The conclusion. اللهم هذا الدعاء وعليك الإجابة.
O Allah, this is my prayer and its answer is yours to give.
وهذا الجهد وعليك التكلان.
This is my effort and upon you is all reliance.
وإنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.
And we belong to Allah and to Him we are returning.
ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.
And there's no ability or strength except through Allah, the High, the Mighty.
So even the ability to come to the masjid, to sit here, is only by Allah, the Great. And we had no power in doing so with our own will. اللهم ذا الحبل الشديد والأمر الرشيد أسألك الأمن يوم الوعيد.
O Allah, O owner of the firm handhold and the guiding command, I ask you for your safety on the day of punishment.
Number one. والجنة يوم الخلود مع المقربين الشهود الركع السجود والموفين لك بالعهود.
And paradise on the day of eternity with those who are close to you, who have beheld the truth, who bow and prostrate themselves before you, and who fulfill their covenant. So it's indicating that if you want to be with those, you have to also be from those who do these things. Right? Ar-ruk'a as-sujud, those who prostrate, and those who make ruku', those who pray, and those who fulfill the covenant that they had with their Lord. Then you will be with them. You can't just desire something and not do anything. So that's also indication that you have to do what they are doing. And how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us that you ask for being with those people. You want to imitate them, you want to be like them. Right? Right? The Prophet ﷺ was ordered to sit with those people who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he says, وَلَا تَعْدُوا عَيْنَاكَ عَنْهُمْ. Don't turn your gaze away from them. Focus. Stay with them. So beautiful. سبحان من تعطف بالعز وقال به سبحان من لبس المجد وتكرم به سبحان من لا ينبغي التسبيح إلا له سبحان ذي الفضل والنعم سبحان ذي القدرة والكرم سبحان الذي أحصى كل شيء بعلمه. Glory be to the one who is characterized by might and who has declared it. Exalted is the one who is clothed in glory and who has shown generosity in it. Glory be to the one who alone is worthy of glorification. Glory be to the owner of the favor and blessing. Glory be to the owner of power and generosity. Glory be to the one whose knowledge encompasses all things.
Interesting. And then the last dua is about asking light, the nur of guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not just the nur that, okay, I get it, but is very specifically mentioned, each part of your body. It is very interesting the way how it goes. اللهم اجعل لي نورا في قلبي ونورا في قبري ونورا في سمعي ونورا في بصري ونورا في شعري ونورا في بشري ونورا في لحمي ونورا في دمي ونورا في عظامي ونورا بين يدي ونورا من خلفي ونورا عن يميني ونورا عن شمالي ونورا من فوقي ونورا من تحتي. I'm reading very fast, right?
O Allah, grant me light in my heart and light in my grave, light in my hearing and light in my seeing, light in my hair and light in my skin, light in my flesh, light in my blood and light in my bones, light before me, light behind me, light to my right side, light to my left side, light above me, light below me.
اللهم زدني نورا وأعطني نورا وأعظم لي نورا واجعل لي نورا.
O Allah, increase me in light and give me light and make me light.
برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. So this is the dua. If any of these du'as you can remember, the last one is very easy. You just add where you want the light. I want to light in my glasses, I want to light in my head, in my hair, my skin, my blood, front of me, back, right, left, above, under, everywhere. Make me light, give me light, make the light great for me also. And then he says, once you finish your dua, and then continue with your awrad, or reciting Quran, or doing any good deed. A lot of times we just spend our time talking, greeting others is good, but to get, because you are getting ready to do one of the greatest acts of worship. So for that, you're preparing yourself, you're preparing your, mentally you're preparing yourself, physically, spiritually. You're getting ready to pray. And when we start our prayer like that, it will be a big difference than just running and standing and praying. And then he talks about, after that, if you hear the adhan, you should stop anything that you're doing, unless if you're praying, and then you answer what the mu'adhin is saying. You say Allahu Akbar, say the same thing. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, same thing. Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah, same thing. And in some of these are recommended to say other words like Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. And after that, Hayya ala salah. You say Hayya ala salah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Hayya al-falah. You say Hayya al-falah, and then you say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Some scholars say that if you hear Hayya al-salah and Hayya al-falah, you only say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Some of the scholars say that you say the same thing what the mu'adhin is saying, and then you say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And if you heard in the Fajr, Sadaqta wa bararta, you have said the truth and you have fulfilled. وَأَنَا عَلَى ذَلِكَ مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ, and I am from those who are the witness. And then when you hear the Iqamah, قَدْ قَامَتِ الصَّلَاةِ, you say أَقَامَ اللَّهُ وَدَامَهَا, and you can add مَا دَامَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضِ, that may Allah, أَقَامَهَا Allah, may Allah make it established and let it live on until the heavens and the earth are there. And then after that you say the dua for the answer, after the adhan, the dua. اللهم إني أسألك عند حضور صلاتك وأصوات دعائك وإدبار ليلك وإقبال نهارك أن تؤتي محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وبعثه المقام المحمود الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد يا أرحم الراحمين. Can you translate the dua?
O Allah, I ask you at the advent of your prayer and the voices engaged in calling on you by the retreat of your night and the advance of your day, to grant Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam a place near to you, an excellent rank and the exalted degree, and to raise him to the praised station which you have promised him. Truly you do not break your promise. By your mercy, O most merciful of the merciful.
Some of the scholars say that this dua is only for Fajr Salah, that you say. Otherwise, for every adhan is the recommended, the one that we all know. Allahumma rabba hadhihi da'wat al-tamma wa salat al-qa'imah آتي سيدنا محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه اللهم المقام المحمود الذي وعدته. إنك لا تخلف الميعاد يا أرحم الراحمين is an addition that is not mentioned in the hadith, as Qastalani and Ibn Hajar mentions this addition, and also الدرجة الرفيعة, that's also not mentioned in the hadith. What is al-wasila? And wasila is the highest rank in Jannah that was given to the Prophet ﷺ. that he will have the highest rank. Ad-darajat al-rafi'ah, the great ranks that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him the best of creation. And the third, al-maqam al-mahmud. What is maqam al-mahmud? Is the greatest intercession. Ash-shafa'atul udma. On a day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will inspire the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with certain words of supplication that he will say it at that time, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, raise your head and ask and you will be given, intercede and your intercession will be accepted. So that shafa'ah al-udma, the greatest intercession, that all the prophets will say that, no, we are not for it. Go to somebody else, go to someone else. Eventually the Prophet ﷺ will say, ha ana laha, I am for it. And he will go down into sajda and he will seek the shafa'ah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept the Prophet ﷺ shafa'ah. So that's al-maqam al-mahmud alladhi wa'adta, that you have promised him. Allah has already promised the Prophet ﷺ for that. So making dua for that. It's your, it's a sa'ada, it's a felicity to make this dua. So after that, there's a few du'as that is mentioned to say after the salah, and that he will go into how to pray. The prayer will come later on. He will continue with the day activity. What do you do after that? What do you do after salat until sunrise, and after sunrise, and it will continue. And then after he finishes that, he will come to how to pray. Inshallah, we will mention these du'as as well when we come to that chapter. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. We will call the adhan inshallah, and then we will put this to practice, answering